Siema, z strony Polski Gracz. Widzimy się w kolejnym odcinku z Mass Effecta Andromedy.
The captain just called me Pathfinder. This is really
I
happening.
zostaliśmy pionierem.
I still can't believe Dad's dead. This should have been his moment.
But now it's yours. You just need to decide what you're gonna do with it.
Where do I start? I'm just not sure I'm ready.
We weren't ready to fall out of the sky on Habitat 7, but we survived that.
I just updated the charts.
Right. So, always keep a jump jet handy.
No, pakiet spadochronowy bardzo się przydał.
This is what we've been waiting for. Let your teams know.
Dobra, kolejką.
It'll be nice to see some friendly faces this time.
The Nexus runs a support crew, just enough to finish building the station and provide safe harbor for the Arks.
Means we can start waking our people up.
They built a bar, right? Gotta have champagne. For the welcome party.
You're expecting one?
After what we've been through, I could use a buzz.
We all could.
Yeah. Rough ride so far.
Bardzo,
We'll bounce
bardzo
back.
ciężki.
Real food and a shower are just ahead. Here we are.
I don't see any champagne.
Where is everybody?
Oj, to się nie podoba mi.
Well, this can't...
O, Avina. Ją oczywiście kojarzymy.
To Andromeda. I'm Avina, a virtual intelligence designed to assist you with immigration.
Can you tell us where the welcome party is hiding?
I'm sorry, my code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
To jest bardziej
Please
ograniczona.
select from the following pre-programmed responses.
What is the Nexus?
The Nexus serves as the central hub for the Andromeda. It is the first destination. Please enjoy the many venues the Nexus has to offer, providing a safe, stable, and...
Not from the looks of it.
What year is it?
Our helpful medical staff can assist with any
Well, she's got...
So where is everyone? What can you tell me about the Andromeda galaxy?
Here in Andromeda, this is the furthest any life form has ever traveled. The Nexus itself is located here. You and thousands of your fellow colonists will fulfill your dreams of settling a new home. Fortune awaits.
How does the immigration process...
We ask that you submit to a brief medical exam to... Once you've been cleared, our colonization... Please be mindful of the queue. Thousands of eager...
Where? Place is deserted.
Where do colon...
Once you've cleared immigration, whichever you choose, rest assured...
Oh boy.
Habitat 7. That's where we landed. She's way out of date.
O, przestarzałe informacje posiada
It
ta
has been
Avina.
my pleasure. Please see one of our helpful immigrations and welcome to your new home.
Right. That was helpful.
No niestety póki co wygląda to dość kiepsko. Tu są schody.
Plants are still alive.
It's like they didn't finish building it.
There's a guy. Maybe he's got champagne.
Budowlaniec. Żądam coś wyjaśni.
We're from Ark Hyperion, and wondering where everybody went.
Did he hear you?
Did you say an Ark? This is the Nexus, right? Pretty sure we parked in the right place.
And for what it's worth, your VI over there could use an update.
Of course, I'm sorry. It's just, we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
I don't believe it.
Turianin.
I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
I'm Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an Ark had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
Well, I've got a shipload of people that says we're here.
Of course, it's just... you're the first Ark we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center.
A ja
Everything that could
pierdzielę.
go wrong with our plan has. We arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
We're familiar with it.
Then you'll know why we call it the Scourge. We lost whole sections of the station. A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles.
Rebeli.
Are things back to normal?
Not even close. But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
No word from the other Pathfinders?
No word from anyone, period.
Any threats from the locals?
So far, we've stayed hidden. We're in no shape to deal with an attack. We're here.
To
You
są
guys
bardzo
go
złe
ahead.
wieści.
I'll check out the security situation.
You should know our command structure has been fractured. Some of us are filling in for leaders who died.
Is it true?
They said drop everything and report for duty.
And no one was expecting an Ark to finally show up. Docking procedures are green across the board.
Stand by to merge Hyperion power into the grid.
The crew of the Hyperion.
Good luck.
Huh.
I'm Jaren Tan, director of the initiative. You have no idea how much your arrival means to us.
We've heard about what happened, and we're ready to help.
We could use any supplies you have. Food, water,
Ja
short on
pierdzielę.
everything.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial affairs.
Czyli to my
Where's the
przybyliśmy
Pathfinder?
pomóc.
You're looking at him.
You're not Alec Ryder.
My father's dead. He made me his successor.
Alec is dead. Please understand, the entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust, and there's been no word from the other arcs.
What happened to them?
Unknown. Our supplies are nearly depleted. Rationing bought us some time, but even that's running out.
We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up.
Until they have somewhere to live. A golden world.
Now more than ever, we need a Pathfinder.
It now falls to you, Ryder. Are you up to the task?
Podołamy.
I may not have been the first choice, but I'm ready for this.
Youthful enthusiasm will only get you so far in Andromeda.
That's no way to treat a guest. I'm Nak Morkesh, superintendent of this station. Hope they haven't scared you off already.
It's nothing personal, but now isn't the time for on-the-job training.
At least the Pathfinder here seems willing to try. We could use a fresh perspective.
You've heard my concerns. I'll leave you to it.
We're all feeling the pressure. Let's have a private word in my office, Ryder. We'll discuss giving you a scout ship. I'm happy to work out the details with your associate.
Okej.
Welcome to the Nexus.
Dobra,
Thank
miło
you for
się
standing up for me
przywitajmy.
there.
Hope's in short supply here. What little we can find should have a chance to
Ma'am, the
prove-
Hyperion's core is now online.
Let me show you something.
Kroganka.
An hour ago, that was all dark. But with the power from your ship, you're keeping the lights on. You have my vote.
And when the power runs out,
You'd best go talk to Director Tan. Make sure that doesn't happen. And don't be shy. Come see me when you have a chance.
No dobra, nie będziemy się na pewno krępowali. A tam coś widzę, że stało. Dobra, widzę, że całkiem sporo tutaj rzeczy. Co to jest za rasa? Turianin, ale zielony? No nie, takich rzeczy bym się nie spodziewał. Operacje priorytetowe, porównanie terytorium Tanem w kwaterze głównej pionierów. Sojusznicy i związki. Dobra, sobie najpierw porozmawiamy z tymi wszystkimi tutaj i ukończone misje to tak nas interesuje, ale dobra, poznajmy Nexusa. Myślę, że warto to uczynić. Dobra, porozmawiajmy z nią.
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father.
Co ona taka niemiła jest?
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now I just want to know what happened with Alec.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Not sure who started it, but we're calling them Ket. Kandros will know more. Maybe too much.
You don't trust him?
Ketami.
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
You've had no colony successes in over a year. How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
And if it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus as Citadel. Not headed by Tan. Or even me.
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it.
Were you friends? Or...
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend.
Aha.
He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a Pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director without colonies.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me. Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. And here we are, idling.
There's also the strange technology.
We've tried. Not me. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say
Dobra,
about
pójdę
Alec,
już.
maybe that's good.
Excuse me, Director.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Pionierze.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years
Tej
dead.
Edison nie polubiłem
Alec
za
promised a
bardzo.
lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
Przyjaciółmi raczej nie zostaniemy. Mhm. Dobra, teraz tędy, tędy i tutaj mamy kogoś od razu. Biuro Cash.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a... At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
Genofagią, właśnie to mnie bardzo ciekawi.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the
Right. The genophage. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
What about the
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show during the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene...
So you used those 600 years to your...
Yeah. Our scientists say we've improved viability to beyond all the statistics. It means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
No wonder your people have...
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did. And it's not fair to blame it all. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
What sort of
situations? There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mute. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
And I thought the Hyperion had a bad...
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or... And let's not forget how badly the state... My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon...
What happened to
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders.
Dobra.
Tan might know more.
I noticed there are...
You haven't spoken to Number
8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people... I can tell you this much. My clan were supposed to settle matters and in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out. Then Addison's assistant, Spender. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone?
It's complicated. The station
Why do you call Tan?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the... I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
Okej. Twoja praca?
I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible. See you later.
Tu mamy datapad. Co trzeba dalej iść, tu gadać. Czemu oni wyglądają, jakby mieli zaraz z kimś się strzelać?
Hello, I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. You and all your... Look around at your achievements.
Founder Garson's office is located at... Please select a topic. You are employee writer, salary based on current staffing needs.
Seriously?
Why not plan on which beautiful colony you'll vacation on while you wait? The viability of a world is affected by several factors, including we have few viable planets currently within range. Resource levels.
Dobra, vloguj się tutaj. Znaczy nic ciekawego się nie dowiemy.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we've found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
I thought it didn't measure up as Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own
And when you disagree?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a... To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is...
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds... Then there's the aliens you ran into. The Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to... And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is on...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should...
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the...
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder.
Where's my ship?
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for EOS will be in the computer.
Okay.
And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Co się z nimi stało?
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
Rola Tanna?
As director of the initiative, are you...
If the others would allow... They don't see me as the rightful successor.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next.
So...
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then, while I may not be setting foot on new worlds...
Right. Sorry. So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made.
Inne pytanie.
If we're lucky. It is maddening.
What do I need to consider in...
Whether that's the cat, or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists also scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward station?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment.
Dobra, inicjatywa Andromeda.
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve it.
It looks like a melt.
The Nexus is home to several initiatives. The hope is that this station will one day serve... Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping... As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Why don't you like...
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant... My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst... What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
My co nieco wiemy o Kroganach.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Nie są zbyt spokojni, to
I would
prawda.
say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, the Scourge killed hundreds, many of them. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
We came across alien technology on Habitat.
Whatever they are, they defy explanation. And what if the answer was bad for morale? Suppose all we know is the cat are interested in them. I'd rather not stir things up.
Dobra, zaginione arki.
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. If they had the same problems with the Scourge, should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the
Are there any other...
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time.
No dobra.
That's all.
Of course, as you pointed out, we...
Nasze losy są połączone, to prawda. Dobra, dziennik, 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 lepsze początki. Dobra. Co tu się stało?
Hey, you okay? Stuff explode.
Back right after the mutiny. We had a lot.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
You know what they say. It's not...
If someone is out to get you, yeah. It's getting worse. First...
That's not good.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is... I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. Would you, if you have time, maybe you could help me? If they start taking critical
Pomożemy
systems.
oczywiście.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
Spoczko. Pomożemy ci, ziomuś. Dobra, dalej trzeba poznać załogę.
This is wrong. Just wrong. It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
What exactly was he
They don't exile you for petty theft. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
Dobra. Porozmawiamy z nim oczywiście.
Oh, thank you. Please.
Tak mu powiemy.
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrion Candros for authorization to participate.
Dobra, porozmawiamy
That's
z
the
nim.
console for our strike teams.
What are they?
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have 8. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
I'll deploy your people carefully, Candros.
Appreciate that, Ryder. But trust me, Apex can handle themselves. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
Dobra.
I know that look. The others bench you get used to it. Just focus on... Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed. If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
It's rough out there. I might need backup.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction, if you need serious fire. But that isn't news to you, right?
Twoja rola?
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership.
I was escorting a prospecting team on some... They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and free. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone...
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
What brought you out here?
I was tired of being the good...
The good one?
The Candros family is old military. There were Then my sister became a sculptor, and cousin Nyreen went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I...
Nyreen!
But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to...
Pamiętamy ją, oczywiście.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket?
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take... They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
Bye, Kandros. Duty call.
You and me both.
Dobra, zobaczmy sobie misję grup uderzeniowych. Chcę powiedzieć, żeby wykonać w trybie online lub lecieć w grupie uderzeniowej, ok? Dobra, wysłaliśmy chyba grupę uderzeniową, tak mi się wydaje. Nagrody pionierskie. Aha. Dobra, oni sobie tam coś porobią, super. Tu biegniemy.
What if they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
Profesorze.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are
Thanks.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't...
You are always welcome.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 4... And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace.
Mistrz, profesor, doktor. Ciekawie, ciekawie.
Those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. If you donate more bioscans and...
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further
Hi, Pathfinder. Want to hit some rocks for science?
Absolute.
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics survey. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you.
Okej. I doktor
Pathfinder,
Dana?
we've had some trouble.
Anything I...
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to... They haven't reported in for some time. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
Don't give up. When I'm out there...
Their friends and family will want to know.
Okej. Jakaś konsola tu jest. No, będziemy minerały skanowali, dobra. Dziennik, zadania w Heleiosie, Nexus. Heleiosie, Nexus, okej. Biuro milicji, o, jest i Liam.
Pathfinder. No time.
I can believe...
Not just that. A lot of the exiles were secure. We know Ket are dangerous, and now we have to worry about our people too. No idea where they went, but they left mad.
They were frustrated. If they...
Apparently we're the big hope for everyone. Not the Hyperion showing. Just us. I'm with you. It's just... a lot.
As long as the Nexus is here.
Double down crisis mode. I can do that. We can do that. Ready and willing, Pathfinder.
Super. Cieszy mnie to.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Handlarz bronią. Handlarz bronią, handluj.
It'd be a lot easier if I weren't missing half my stock.
Ouch.
Half the supplies are inaccessible, and I have to trade.
Sierżant Acker.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. What? Nilken, you're moving up?
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this.
She's a wonderful person. At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell
Nigdy
me?
nie jest za późno.
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw. There's more. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. A witness saw the chief's chest explode.
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
We were close. He was, but I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Don't throw in the towel yet.
That would be great. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Może jeszcze jest tu coś. Tyle dziwnych rzeczy się wyświetla. Pierwszy morderca.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
Morderstwo.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis. The man found...
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was... The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
It doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
And you assume he's lying?
What's a lie to a murderer? Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Dobra. Konsola. Pojedźmy nagranie.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilken, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to... No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
No, powiem wam szczerze, że dowody wskazują na jedno póki co. Trzeba to sobie przyznać.
I'm Ryder.
Oh man, I thought that... Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Friends fight, say things they don't mean. Maybe, but you don't expect your best friend to... To me, that's the saddest part. The chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Did Nilken seem
I lost sight of Nilkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. Could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
Did you see any cat?
Nilkin said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the...
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably
No
would
to
have
też
died.
racja.
I appreciate the information.
Dowody wskazują na jedno,
It
ale...
kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Dowody jasno wskazują, ale mimo wszystko wiecie.
Something I can help you with?
I'm looking into the Nilkin Wren system.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve... First murder in Andromeda. And I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
That's all. Thanks.
My pleasure. I see.
Dobra, dzięki. Tylko, że wiadomo, że teraz tam sobie nie polecimy, więc zbadajmy jeszcze sabotaż na stacji. Zbadaj miejsce. Zbadajmy, co tu się dzieje.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Co, może tam misją... Wszystko kiedy indziej byśmy się zajęli, tak szczerze. Dobra. Biuro milicji, sabotaż stacji, dobra. Sobie na dół pójdziemy, bo nie wiadomo ile tu badać, to wiecie, jeszcze Nexus na pewno odwiedzimy. Dobra, i to będzie idealny moment, żeby zakończyć ten odcinek, za który wam bardzo dziękuję. Z tej strony był Polski Gracz i do usłyszenia w kolejnych odcinkach. Trzymajcie się. Cześć!